Hey, what's up, Big Brother fans? I am here with episode 3 review. This one aired on Wednesday. I just watched it and I kind of did bullet point notes, and I'm going to kind of go over them as I see fit and kind of interject my opinion. This was a 2-hour episode, so there was a lot of bullet points. Some are just going to be me just kind of saying what goes on, and you'll get the gist of it. If you don't like it, that's fine. Just please, exit the video now and save yourself some time. So we got a recap of the first 2 episodes. Tonight is the first live eviction of the season. Chuck and James are both on the block. They both have distinctive personalities. I like Chuck. I've read his book. He's a great UFC Hall of Famer. James, I appreciate he's a game player and he wants to, shake it up, but kind of has a little bit of an attitude. It kind of throws you for a loop. Hashtag, but first, Keisha puts them up after winning the recast option. James is pissed and he's planning on getting revenge. Chuck regrets it, hoping for the veto. Ross is hoping his alliance gets the veto. He's like the odd man out, literally, on the all girls alliance. Keisha is looking to get James out, as does Brandy. James talks with Chuck and says she only put him up once he went for that secret, the bag, the mystery bag. Chuck thinks Shannon would have put him up regardless, so that's why he went with it. I don't blame him. Just got to play the game. You want to win, you got to play. He's not a passive person, so I don't blame him. The girls talk. Keisha is pissed James hasn't talked to her and wants him out. Says, I can understand that. Omarosa wants the boys out, as does Marissa, so they're all in the same wavelength right now. Shannon tells James to be chill as they're after Chuck, but it's just a ploy to catch him off guard, and so he doesn't really go hard in the veto. Hashtag beast mode. Mark thinks Chuck is getting psyched up, but in reality he's actually sleeping. He got a rest too. Mark promised to use the veto on James if he wins it. Omarosa wants Black Girl Magic BGM with Keisha, and they agree that this is going to happen. They're going to make a 2-person alliance, despite having this big alliance. It's now time to pick for the power of veto. It's a random draw thing. James, Keisha, and Chuck are all drawing. Keisha gets House as Choice. James gets Ariande, and Chuck picks Mark. Keisha picks Omarosa to host. Much rather have Ross. Keisha asks Mark who he'd put up, or if he'd use the POV on. He says James, but he won't tell her. She doesn't trust him as he won't commit. I don't blame her there. Keisha talks to Chuck, asks Mark who he would use it on, tells him, to win it, so that way they can use it. She tells the girls and Ross that she doesn't trust Mark. They get updates about stuff. Wants to know who won the Super Bowl. Is Trump still president? It was a pretty funny bit. Power veto. It's a spa day. The 4 sneezes. Pretty funny. They basically have to spell the longest word, and they have to go through the mud and stuff like that. They can only take one tile piece at a time. The results are Adriana misspelled warning, Mark's correctly spelled some, Keisha spelled primed, and Shannon destroyed it with a 16-letter word in responsibilities. Destroyed it. James had family without the Y, and Chuck had spanned. James and Adriana are big bro talks. Keisha wants Mark to be put up and Chuck taken down. Ross doesn't understand why she'd do it. Omarosa trying to start some stuff, but not understand what Ross says. Says it's like a why me thing, and I do not like Omarosa at all. Ross knows that's classic Omarosa, and he knew it from the get-go. If someone was like her in the show, it wasn't going to go well. They keep saying best woman, but Ross is like, what? I'm not a woman, I'm a man. Treat me like that. Shannon cries. Everyone hugs her. This is getting emotional for her. Ross and Brandy talk, and she says she is shocked at how they discount him. And I'm not a Brandy fan at all, but I appreciate her, identifying with Ross. He's a nice guy. He's the guy I'm rooting for right now. Ross and I like Marissa too. He talks with Marissa, and they don't trust the alliance. He doesn't like to be discounted. Marissa identifies with him, and it's not fair. They're gonna he's gonna let them underestimate him until the very end, when he wins the whole thing. James and Ariane have to dress like babies for 48 hours. They have to walk on all fours. It's the power of veto reveal. Shannon decides not to use it. Keisha thinks it's a good game move for Shannon, but not the team. They have 4 past winners, including Derek, Ian, Nicole, and Josh. Some bullet points of what they said were: Ian says, you'll be a target if you're a leader. Guys need to get ahead in the game, and he thinks James will win. Derek is surprised that there's already so much gaming. Don't be a leader. Thinks Marissa's going to win. Nicole thinks Shannon is making herself a target, even though she really likes her, but thinks Marissa's going to win. Josh would be going nuts this season. Thinks Ross will win. Shannon tells Ross she thinks Omarosa will come after him. Hates this best girl winning thing. Ross says he doesn't trust Keisha and Omarosa. Shannon thinks about flipping, getting out Chuck, and aligning with James. So we're getting some big character turns here. Shannon tells Adriana, whatever her name is, Brandy and Marissa, that they need to flip. It's just going to happen. This is a big dynamic right here. The live vote, James mentions his new single in his potential outro speech. Chuck mentions family and stuff. Here's how the voting went. Brandy voted for Chuck. Adriana voted for Chuck. Omarosa voted for James. Ross voted for Chuck. Meta voted for Chuck. Marissa voted for Chuck. Shannon voted for Chuck. Mark voted for Chuck. Chuck's not surprised. Thinks it happened last night, this big decision. Didn't expect the guys to help with the grab bag. Thinks the Amazing Race is his game. And funny enough, this season, everyone's on the jury, but they get to watch from home, and he's going to watch all the previous episodes and see how people really were. He thinks Shannon and James have a shot at winning the game. Outros, Ross admits to getting him out, but, he liked him, and he was a nice guy, and Marissa cries and misses him. It was a pretty good episode. I know this is kind of a condensed version of my review and recap. It was a 2-hour episode. There was a lot of writing notes, and I was just like, let's just enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed my video. I think this is a fun season. I'm really thankful that we're getting, even if it's only like 2.5 weeks long, I do appreciate getting some Big Brother here and there. What do you guys think? Are you happy with a 2.5 week season? It's better than nothing. That's how I think. I'd love to know what you guys think. Please leave a comment. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll talk Big Brother. Who are you rooting for? Who do you hate? I hate Omarosa. Thanks a lot for watching. Let's talk Big Brother.